we already know that TBATE is basically on the ground, and it's probably not polite to just kick it while it's already dead, but there's some memes and a Reddit thread that I want to quickly cover with you guys. So, memes first. How TBATE's animation be like? This is frame lock all over again, bro.
Woof, woof.
Ain't no way they included a fucking CGI wolf, bro. Remember the CG wolves last episode?
Woof.
I thought PNG lock was bad, but slideshow of the end.
PNG lock mentioned! PNG lock mentioned. What's this one? Hold up. What's this one too?
Bro, we are calling this shit NFT bait because
Yo, these TikTok humor. Where do the people come with this shit? NFT bait. You know what NFTs are, right? When people used to like spend millions of dollars on fucking screenshotable PNGs back during the crypto rush.
we are calling this shit NFT bait
Bruh.
because at this point it just looks like the animators just bought a whole bunch of NFTs off the web and put them shits together into a slide.
Apparently, first 2 episodes were outsourced. Remember the interview that we had where they were like, Turtle Me, was like, hey, this director and the Studio A Cat is going to do TBATE justice. And I feel like I have confidence that they're going to go all out because they're a small studio, no other project. They're going to give it their all. First 2 episodes already outsourced. Just think about that for a second.
Show PowerPoint presentation and presented that shit to the entirety of the anime community just so we could shit on it. Matter of fact, this shit was so ass that
True.
I would like to apologize to the following animes for shitting on their animation in previous times.
Which ones?
Sakamoto Days, I apologize.
True. Y'all were dooming about Sakamoto Days last season so hard. You don't know what true despair looks like. This is the actual like mid-offs right now. Sakamoto Days looks peak in comparison.
Ninja Kamui, I apologize.
Haven't seen Ninja Kamui. Apparently, first episode just trolled with amazing fight scenes, and then basically the next ones, I haven't seen it. Uzumaki though? Nah. Uzumaki ass still, isn't it?
Uzumaki, I apologize. Boruto, Naruto, Next Generations, I apologize. Black Clover, I apologize. Because
Okay.
if I knew that TBATE was going to receive a Slides of Ragnarok-esque,
Ain't no way.
was going to receive, apologize. Black Clover,
Wait.
I apologize. Because if I knew that
Teammate, who's making these subs, bro? Are these AI's generated subs anyways?
TBATE was going to receive a Slides of Ragnarok-esque anime adaptation, I would have sold both my nipples and both my nuts to receive an anime adaptation on the level of Sakamoto Days. On the same level as Boruto.
We are settling for mid. Our standards have dropped so much that now mid seems peak.
And not even like the canon content of Boruto. No, I'm talking about
Filler?
Boruto fucking filler at this point. Because at this point, I will never be able to recover from the frames after the end.
It's just beginning, baby. This is just the beginning. We got 2 cores. Now, there's also this thread. And we kind of had a little bit of this in the previous video where we farmed that, this one, right? If you haven't watched this video, you should go check it out. And even like the full Crunchyroll interview too. This video did pretty damn well though, right over here. Not a chibi one. This one right here. How Crunchyroll scammed author of TBATE. This is actually sad. This shit gets more views than the actual reaction. Honestly, the reaction viewership, 3.1k for TBATE for me after a day while Shadowbanned is genuinely amazing. So we're still going strong. We're going to keep farming it. But essentially in the interview, right, this Discord message, it was already kind of implied. So this is the Discord message from Turtle Me, is the author of TBATE's like special group chat. He knew from the beginning the animation would be horrible and did not care as long as it brought more readers. I don't know if he knew from the beginning it would be horrible. I think that what he said, and I don't even know when this Discord log was even like screenshot, right? Because like if this was literally before production, I would agree. But if this is like, I don't know, like recent, like who knows when this actual date, like timestamp is. Seeing the anime turn out like this is heartbreaking as a longtime fan, and I'm especially disappointed in Turtle Me for choosing ACAT as a studio. I think there still is fault in Turtle Me, the author, right? He's not completely innocent in this, right? He got scammed. He got absolutely bamboozled. He got scammed by Crunchyroll and the other, you know, brand recognized entities, these corpas that brought him along and was like, yo, you want an anime, bro? Listen, we're gonna hook you up with Studio A Cat. Listen, trust. And Turtle Me, I think, got desperate and folded without doing due diligence, right? If an anime does happen at some point and it does get butchered, then I hope at least it brings a lot of new readers to the comic and novel. Haha. I can feel the copium. I can feel the despair in this message. And I think that, yeah, well, people would actually have to be interested in the story from the beginning, right? Like, what if there's such a mid anime? I get the logic that like, oh, maybe people are just gonna go read the manhwa instead. But if you really think about it, if the anime is so garbage, what would even compel the anime onlys to go check it out? Maybe based on the hype surrounding TBATE, because a lot of people talk about it, right? They're like, oh my god, one of the best stories ever compared to Mushoku Tensei, blah, blah, blah. So maybe with that kind of like prestige in their minds after they watch the anime, they'd be like, shit, maybe we should just go read the manhwa. To me personally, again, it's just TBATE, honestly, is... Here's the really fucked up secret of reaction channels. It doesn't matter if an anime is good or bad per se for me. I win no matter what. Because what are we doing right now? We're literally farming the TBATE drama. If an anime fails, but still like as long as people are still watching and we can cover the drama, we still win. If an anime is like Moonrise, for example, right? Where no one even knows what the fuck is happening, it's just an L immediate, right? But as long as people are watching and it's controversial enough for people to keep sticking around week after week, we can literally farm the fallout of it. So as a reaction channel, it honestly doesn't matter. The worse the anime is, the better it may be in terms of content. The better it is, we can also glaze it like Solo Leveling. The worst situation, though, for a reaction channel is stuff like this, right? Moonrise or Lazarus or these other shows that genuinely get absolutely no traction because, you know, it's just unadvertised or it's just like no one even talking about it, right? So rip Moonrise, rip Lazarus, it is what it is. Poor Wit Studios, bro, getting fucked. Same with Yaiba right now, to be honest. Let's read some of the comments. Hence why I wouldn't feel a smidgen bad for him. He made his bed. That's so mean though, right? I think a lot of people are really upset that their favorite anime, you know, just got fucked, right? Their favorite series got such a disappointing adaptation. But again, like, if you watch the interview, you would try to, like, I try to really see it from his perspective and the way he was talking, right? And he was basically like, it's just a very bright-eyed, up-and-coming author who got fooled by corporate greed without truly understanding what happens behind the scenes. So I don't want to victim blame, but absolutely the fault lies with him too. He got paid, not sure it's all bad from his perspective. Who knows how much he actually got paid, right? Also, does the performance of the anime sales also impact his payments? Same. I don't really feel bad for the hate and criticism. Turtle Me brought this on himself. He chose Studio A Cat. He's not blameless in this. Agreed. Absolutely agreed. I don't think anyone is watching this dog shit and going to read the manhwa or novel. That's the other thing I talked about, right? The anime needs to have some sort of baseline, like, entertainment for them to be compelled, right? You can't just have a dog shit anime and be like, oh, the anime is so bad, I guess they'll just go read the manhwa. Like, that's not how that works. Exactly. I've never watched a show that had ass animation season 1 and thought I should check out the book. Usually I just drop it and forget it existed. Exactly. This is what I expect the average person to behave. Unless they have heard from the grapevines of the glory of TBATE, right? Well, as bad as the anime is, the tactic worked. I binged all 11 light novels since the first episode came out. Great. I'm not proud of this. Episode 2 was even worse. Absolutely. Episode 2, it just truly showed all the PNG PowerPoint presentation fight scenes. But the light novel really is enjoyable. I probably won't continue with the anime, but I probably would have never heard of the novel if I'd seen the episode show up on an anime list of things I may be interested in. I think that Hunter IV4 is quite the outlier in audience behavior. I'm just sad that I'll probably never get to see any of the war, but it's just future, like, spoiler shit. Any publicity is good publicity? Absolutely not. This is a false notion. You would rather have good publicity than bad publicity. This actually worked on me. Was hyped for the anime for a long time, got disappointed, so instead I started reading it. It's been a blast again. Other people that have heard from the grapevines of the glory of TBATE Well, the famous bad publicity is still publicity wouldn't have worked on me. My usual pattern is I watch the anime. If I really enjoyed it, I then turn to the source material. In no way, if I wasn't already a TBATE reader, I would have turned to the source material of such a shitty anime. Agreed. That would have been such a hard pass. Guys, if ACAT was the chosen studio, knowing they've always had C-tier anime at best, it's most likely the only option to get it animated. I don't think so. I don't think it works like that, bro. Like, this is not like an all or nothing opportunity of window, right? I think that Studio ACAT was chosen by the higher ups behind Crunchyroll and the other producers, you know, that decide these, you know, plannings and strategic plannings. And they thought that, let's milk this, you know, amazing IP for all it's got, but choose basically a fucking crack house to make out of it, right? Because it's like a sweatshop. So I don't believe that only Studio ACAT was willing to take on this opportunity. It's just that in this small window opportunity, Crunchyroll and the other people like Fuji TV that, you know, Turtle Me included, right, in the interview panel, I bet that they pressured him and was like, yo, this is an amazing opportunity. Like, you should take the offer. It's just stupid, though. He should have done the research. I would have held out. I would have straight up held out like another 5 years. Like, fuck it. What's another 5 years, bro, compared to just completely ruining your legacy? That's the worst adaptation I've ever seen. I don't think so. Well, I've seen a lot of garbage animes, right? So I don't think TBATE is honestly at the very bottom just yet, but it is horribly adapted. I'm not gonna hate Turtle Me for it. I'll blame the studio and the budget for this PowerPoint presentation. Yeah, you shouldn't hate him, but at the same time, he still has blame to be given because, again, he chose, you know, he had an option of yes or no. And he fully accepted Studio ACAT. This isn't like Crunchyroll saying, we're going to animate it and we're not going to tell you the studio. Yes or no, right? That'd be fucked up. And if Turtle Me was just like given an ultimatum of like, listen, this is an amazing opportunity. We don't really know which director or anime studio is going to adapt this, but you're going to say yes or no. If he said yes and then got fucked by ACAT in that scenario, then I would be like, yeah, he has absolutely no blame. How could he have known? But in the interview video, again, right? We saw the entire thing. Bro literally was given an option and had a meeting with the director, got conned, didn't do his due diligence, and got fucked for it. Just a very unfortunate situation where Mushoku Tensei fandom on Twitter, I'm sure, is having a fucking field day with this shit, right? Shitting on TBATE. And I'm sure the TBATE, you know, fandom doesn't really want to talk much about it. I don't know. Is this fucking is this subreddit? Episode 3 preview. It looks like they're having fun. I don't think they're really on suicide watch. I think that they're having fun with it, right? Let's at least enjoy the shitty ride that we're all on. And that's pretty much it, man. Just sucks overall, but author isn't completely blameless. But you shouldn't hate him for it. It's just he just got scammed. Fuck Crunchyroll.